Well, here we are again, another episode of Inside Westside. The Wolverines still alive in the playoffs, taking on Conway, and I'm talking with head coach Bryan Pratt right now. And coach has been said about postseason survive and advance, and I think your team personified that against North Little Rock.
Well, I think it is a combination of multiple things. I think that one, uh, people or players, everybody kind of overlooked North Little Rock, as a 3-17 coming in here. But I'm telling you, just looking at them, they were maybe the best looking team that we played all year. And they were physical, they were big. Um, they're going to be a problem in the future. Coach Bowen that's coming back. Bolden is doing a really good job of getting kids in there, and they're going to be a problem. I mean, they start a bunch of sophomores, uh, and they're a good football team. But I think we're a good football team as well, and we were just flat, coming out and you know giving up the onside and then giving up the punt where we fumble it inside the 10. We can't make those mistakes and be successful. But then on the flip side of it, the Ashton Jones uh, kickoff return for a touchdown, our kickoff return team spends a lot of time trying to make sure we can execute that. And we thought we missed one the week before against Bentonville, and we really worked hard on it this week. And obviously, it was huge for us as a 9-yard kickoff return. And then we had planned to kick an onside on the second kickoff. We were going to middle onside because they were back 5 yards off the ball, and I thought he kind of stole my thunder. They come out and
Yeah.
do the one and get it before us, uh, but we stuck with the game plan, and obviously Nick kicked a great kick, and we were able to recover the onside and still possession. And then you've been around me a long time, and I thought probably Friday night I was the most unaggressive as far as play, choosing to go for fourth downs or, we kicked two 19-yard field goals, which means you're inside the 5 yard line. And, I felt like points were very important. And, then we come out in second half and you go up by 6. And a lot of people thought you should go up by 5. And people think you should go for 2. Um, but we chose to not chase points. And I was told a long time ago by a coach of mine that I really had a lot of respect for. Don't chase points, and early in the game, don't chase points. Just play normal and do your thing. And we didn't chase points, and it come back to save us because if we would went for 2 and didn't get it, you would have had to go for 2 to try to tie it. So, I was really proud of just the way that our kids, the last little bit, got after it. I mean, the defensive stop when they had the fake punt was huge because if they get that and convert it, it's a big play. You look back in the Baron Witcher blitzing off the edge and causing a fumble uh, on their quarterback early in the game. That was huge. But the one that everybody kind of goes and forgets about is when the quarterback was running for a touchdown and he went to reach the ball out and we made him
Yes.
fumble and it was a touchback. That's a huge play. And it was Gavin Cross that caused that fumble. And no one really talks about those plays, but to me, those are the game changers. We talk about that you don't ever know when they're going to come, but you got to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do. And he did. I mean, we worked that, and guys got the ball in one hand, tried to slap it out. He did it and caused a fumble, and we get a touchback, which is huge. And just really proud of the way our kids found a way at the end. And I think that's a sometimes you got to be lucky in the playoffs, and you got to be a lucky team. And we were definitely lucky Friday, and hope we take that and prepared a little bit better this week as you're going into a Conway team that's good. And you look at them, they get mercy ruled by Bentonville, and then they almost beat Bryan, who's the number 10 team in the country. And you know they're good. They're a good football team, and we have to look at it and make sure that we go in there and play the way we're supposed to play. And if we do that, we'll be fine.
Anything you can take away looking back at the game down there a few years ago, or is it two totally different ball clubs?
Um, I was talking to our kids about this on the first day we had this week. Is uh, if I could pick any place to go play as far as visitor locker room, the facilities, that stuff. Conway's on my top of the list. I mean, they have a big locker room for us. We don't have to worry about being all scrunched up somewhere or not taken care of. It's easy access onto the field. Uh, so that part's good. And then I think that our kids. I think our kids play well against Conway. I mean, 2 years ago, it was a dogfight, and you know they had a hard time stopping us, and we had a hard time stopping them. If you compared the two teams, uh, their little left-handed quarterback they had that year was pretty special. Uh, this one that's starting now is a sophomore, and he's a good player, but he's still a sophomore trying to run the show in 7A, which is the speed of the game is fast. Uh, so I think our kids will play well. I hope our crowd travels. I mean, when you're talking about the playoffs in the second round, and you got half the teams in the state that are check their stuff in and they're going home, we need to really uh, take this well and go out as a community and support our team and make things happen the way that we need to and get a win and be able to advance to the semis for the third time in school history.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there, Coach. Thank you so much. Good luck tonight.
I appreciate you. Thank you.